Hello there. Welcome to the Chatham Striders Walk and Learn. And we've got a great day set out for you. The first thing that we're going to do is just give a few updates. So we've got some friends of the Council on Aging on today. We've got Daniel Spivey. Daniel, you got anything from the Siler City Parks and Rec to tell us?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a couple things going on. First, if you're out walking on any of our walking tracks in Siler City, we just installed some distance markers at both of our walking tracks, and it kind of just lets you know how many laps equals a mile. So those are out there just to kind of encourage you as you continue to walk. Another thing that we just announced is we are going to be operating an Easter egg roll-through. It will be on Saturday, March 27th. So due to COVID, we're not going to be having our annual Easter extravaganza Easter egg hunt. Families are invited to come this year to our Easter egg roll-through or drive-through with their windows rolled down, with their baskets hanging out the window, and collect Easter eggs from the Easter Bunny. And then we'll also have T-ball and baseball, softball registrations going on as well.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you coming on. I'm sorry you had so much trouble. And next, we're going to move to Mallory.
Buddy. We also have some updates with Chatham County Parks and Recreation, some upcoming events. We are also operating a drive-through Easter egg hunt. We're calling it Hunt at Home, the Easter egg drive-through. So you can come and collect Easter eggs. We will also be joined by 10 plus other community partners that also have outreach materials to hand out to community members. They are just so excited to get out and get connected with the community again. So we're operating a drive-through. It'll be on March 27th in Pittsboro at the Chatham County Ag Center. And that is from 2 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, March 27th. We also have some youth sports and youth programs that we have on deck. So some of those include jump rope, youth art, girls softball, t-ball, and some other things like youth volleyball and youth track that are also on the way. So if you have any youth in your life that would like to participate, just send them over to our website and they can get registered there. Or give us a call at the office and we can also help you get registered. But so our Easter egg drive-through, the Hunt at Home, and some youth programs. That's what we've got going on.
Mallory, now there's another big event that's coming up that you're planning.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us a little about that?
I'm assuming you're talking about Chatham 250.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so yes, I am a part of the Chatham 250 committee. So Chatham 250 is a celebration of Chatham County's 250th birthday. So on April 10th, it's also a Saturday, April 10th, we are having a big Founding Day celebration. And that event will also be a drive-through in downtown Pittsboro. That drive-through will begin on Hank Street, which is one of those stoplights right there by the traffic circle. That's not a circle right now, but right there in downtown Pittsboro. So that is on April 10th. The focus for that event will mostly be history and community. It's got a nice little birthday party theme, so you can drive through, get a party hat, get a sweet treat, get a goodie bag, and also learn about how you can participate in Chatham 250 events and activities for the rest of the year. So that event is absolutely geared towards people of all ages. So we would love for anybody to come by. It's a free event. Again, that is on Saturday, April 10th on Hank Street in downtown Pittsboro. So we hope to see you then. And of course,
is there a website, or would they contact you, or what would be if they had questions?
Yeah, so if anyone in this group has questions about that, you can absolutely reach out to me. But as of right now, the Chatham 250 website is set to launch in March, I believe. So in just a few weeks. But if you do have questions regarding Chatham 250, you can find a lot of that information on social media, if you are connected on social media, or there's also been quite a few articles in the local newspapers and the Chatham magazine as well. So that's how you can get some of that information. And of course, I would be happy to answer any questions that you have too. But so mark your calendars. That should be a really fun event. We're super excited about that one too.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. And then Debbie, are you with us?
Am.
From Chatham Hospital.
Yes.
Tell us about vaccinations.
Yes, vaccinations. Luckily, this week we are back up to 200 a day here at Chatham Hospital and 400 on Saturday. So if anybody needs to get their vaccination, you can go online to yourshot.org. And there's also a number, and it will give you an array of sites. It's not just here at Chatham, but they're doing it at Meadowmont. There's several clinics throughout the state, so you don't have to live in the same county that you get your shot. And so I'm going to give you the 800 number, but from what I hear, there's always a wait. I found it best to check the yourshot.org when trying to schedule my parents. And I just got on every time they get more supply, they add more visits. So just because it's closed today, for tomorrow doesn't mean that that you can't get the vaccination. It just totally depends on the supply. But here's the 1-800 number. Well, I guess it's not 800. I'm sorry. It's 1-877-490-6642.
Read that again.
Yes. Also, I wanted to say, did y'all see the UNC advertisement during the Super Bowl? No. It was there. Anyway, so it was just a public health announcement about the vaccination to encourage people to get their vaccination. Here's the number again: 1-877-490-6642.
All right. Any other news that you want to share with us, or?
I think that's about it. We are celebrating Heart Month here with the employees by having educational things for them and giving away some heart healthy prizes for employees. But that's about it.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that. Jackie, are you going to be telling us about activities at the council?
Sure. So tomorrow we have a diabetes discussion group at 11:15, which is called Nourish Your Heart, and it's going to be facilitated by Tara Gregory and Ann Clark. And then on Thursday at 11:15, these are through Zoom, we have nature observations and discussion with Alan from our Eastern Center, and everybody loves the things that he does. Then we continue to have our exercise programs. Just keep in mind that if you want to join Tai Chi, it's at 8:45 on Mondays and Thursdays. And Liz is doing a great chair yoga class on Mondays and Thursdays also at 10. And then on Tuesdays and Fridays, I do a 9 o'clock exercise of Strong and Fit. On Fridays, we always have our weekly call with Dennis. And this week we'll have our own Neria Edwards Boone, will tell a story. And then we have Sleeping in a Pandemic by Cheryl Levinson from Therapeutic Alternatives. I don't know about you, but sleeping is always a topic I need to refresh myself on. Mondays are always Bingo with Joe. We have a lot of fun, even if you're not a bingo player, if you want to just come and enjoy our fun. And then I do want to bring your attention to the end of the month. We are advertising for NC Medicist. They're doing a drive-through free over-the-counter medication giveaway, and that's at Fellowship Baptist Church from 9 to 2 on Friday, February 26th. Again, from 9 to 2, February 26th. And they'll be giving away free over-the-counter drugs And we just want to make sure people are aware of that, so that, that would be Tylenol, it would be, denture cleaner, all kinds of different stuff that you might be able to get. And I do want to bring your attention also to February 23rd. I'll be doing another Live Yes with Arthritis, a podcast and discussion. I know a lot of people have arthritis and it can help prevent you from wanting to move, but we'll listen to some of the experts and then we'll talk about it and see if we can help you apply some of the things that you learn. Liz, anything else you want to add?
I think I'm going to wait. We've got something special going on in March, and I'll just wait. So anyways, we welcome everybody here. And oops.
Excuse
Go
me,
ahead.
this is Neria. We didn't announce Bible study tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Oh, that's right. So Neria has Bible study on the 2nd and 4th Wednesday. And you can go to our website and register for it on chathamcountycouncil.org and /virtual activities. And you can get the meeting ID. I can give that to you now. It's 160-626-4982. And I'm glad that she brought that up, because that's always a good thing to be able to participate in. Thank you, Neria.
All right. Thanks, Jackie. We are going to go ahead, and for some reason I can't put people in. I can only pin them. But anyways, Debbie, are you
Who do you want?
for your presentation?
But Debbie?
Yeah, I can only pin them. I can't put the spotlight on them, so I don't know if that happens. Debbie, are you with us?
She's
maybe I
muted.
have to remove it and then do it. Okay. All right. I'm not sure what happened to Debbie. She might have got busy. Well, I think I can go ahead.
Hey, I'm here. Which video did you want to see? The one by the dietitian or the PowerPoint that I had?
Which one did you want to do?
Oh, let me get my. It doesn't matter. It's whatever. Let me get on my. I yelled for everybody. I was having technical difficulty again, and I yelled for help. She come in. So anyway, I had to get my mask back on. But I want to make sure if you want the video by the dietitian for weight loss, I do have that, and it is playing volume. Or I can do the PowerPoint of the exercise and weight management.
Mm-hmm. How long are they both to keep? I thought you were doing both of them, but probably you don't.
Oh, I can do both. Yeah, I can do both.
How much time are they?
They're about 30 minutes altogether. I can do Tracy's and then I can just stop with mine.
All right. Sure. So you want to go ahead and share your screen then, or do you want me to do it?
I'll share it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Thanks, technical support. Sure, we need you over at our agency.
There we go. All right. And all I have to do, I think, is play this. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. This is the dietitian's part.
Okay.
Welcome to the weight loss virtual class. I'm Tracy Palmetier, dietitian at Chatham. Let's go ahead and get started.
I think.
If you're here listening to this virtual class,
So it sounds kind of scratchy.
To take the first step to weight loss. But who should consider weight for health reasons? First,
Are you guys hearing it kind of scratchy too, or is it just mine?
It's a little scratchy.
All right, Debbie.
Yeah.
Debbie, it's making too much noise in the background. I don't know if she can hear
Are
me.
y'all having trouble hearing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scratchy. Let me try from my computer. Take yours off and I'll see if I can share it from my computer.
Let me stop it. I think the reason I'm having so much internet, can you hear me?
Yeah, you don't sound
I believe the reason
scratchy.
I'm having so much trouble with the internet is because we have the vaccine clinic and there's so much usage going on right now. But anyway, I can't hear her video, so I'm just going to go to mine and see if
Okay,
you can hear
that's
that
fine.
better.
Sure.
Okay. So sorry. Okay, so she's talking about the diet component, and I'll be talking about the exercise and weight management. So our learning objectives today are to discuss the energy balance equation, learn how aerobic and resistance training influences weight management, and we'll also talk a little bit about body composition. So the energy balance equation is made up, it's on the theory that as long as the amount of calories that we take in from food equals the same that we burn up, our weight should stay the same. What we recommend if you want to try to use the energy balance equation as a way to lose weight is it would entail you actually taking a food diary for at least 3 days so that you get an idea of how many calories you're actually taking in on average without making any changes. So it's trying to establish a baseline of your caloric intake. Your energy expenditure, you would also want to do some type of diary of recording how much activity you have. And being more mindful of this, it might, encourage you to do more and to eat less. This is a very eye-opening exercise if you've never done it, to actually record the amount of food that you take in, and you have to also look at the portions. So whenever you look at the calories in the food, you also sometimes some people think, well, I just had a bowl of cereal this morning, and their bowl might be a great big old bowl. And if you look at the box, 1 cup is a serving. So this is most of the time we underestimate our caloric intake and we overestimate our caloric expenditure. So in order to lose weight, you need to have a negative balance at the end of the week of 3,500 calories. So you would need to burn up more calories than you take in. So there's 2 ways to do this. If you decide that, I physically can't do a whole lot, so I'm just going to do it by diet only. You would need to decrease your caloric intake from your average by 500 calories to establish by the end of the week that 3,500 calorie deficit. And if you want to do it the other way, I don't want to change my diet. I just want to exercise it off. You need to be really fit if that's what you're going to do, because you're going to have to run between 4 and 5 miles a day to have a negative energy balance at the end of the week if you make no diet changes. A lot of our cardiac rehab patients that enter, in fact, most of them are not able to exercise that vigorously or that amount right off. And I do not recommend somebody going from a couch potato to trying to doing this because that could be unsafe. You really have to build up to this type of stamina. So the best and healthiest way is a combination of decreasing your caloric intake by 250 and increasing your caloric intake by expenditure, by 250. So you just want to have a 500 calorie deficit at the end of the day. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so for the average person, we can't outrun a bad diet. This is kind of discouraging to look at because you could just in 20 minutes just, consume 1,300 calories without even blinking. And that might take you about 2 hours to run off if you were doing it through exercise. So now diets, we really get away from the word diet in rehab. We want you to develop a healthy eating pattern. And that's what Tracy's talk was talking about, is eating, changing your lifestyle and not letting this be, I'm going to do this for so many days till I reach my goal. So diets are very hard to stick to. And if you go below 1,200 calories for females and 1,800 calories for men, you're going to lower your metabolism. And that means that whenever you resume eating normal levels, you'll gain it back quickly. And also, whenever you are kind of starving yourself, that stress hormone creeps in and the hunger hormones creep in, and that makes it harder for you to lose weight with just diet alone. Also, we see in the research has showed that about 95%. And if you think about people that you've known, or maybe you've done it, if you've just went on a diet and how, you lose weight pretty fast, but most of the time within 5 years, you've gained it back if you don't change your lifestyle and get active with it. So we're going to focus the rest of the talk on the output, which is the number of calories expended. And that's influenced by three things: your basal metabolic rate, which is the number of calories that you burn at rest. And of course, we do need we burn calories even sleeping. We burn calories. Our body, just to breathe and keep our heart pumping, we do burn a certain amount of calories. And then we're going to talk about daily activities, how that influences the output, and of course, formal exercise. So the role of metabolism is a lot of people that have lost weight in the past, or as you age, and if you don't do something on purpose to increase your muscle mass, your metabolism can go down. So when we talk about body composition, we talk about lean body mass versus fat mass. So lean body means that's your muscles, your bones, and your organs. Now, your muscles burn 50 to 100 calories at rest. Okay, your bones don't really burn calories, or your organs, but muscles burn calories at rest. Then we have fat, and we have essential fat and we have non-essential fat. So we do need some fat in our body. Our organs are covered, and that's a protective thing. Also, our brains are covered with some fat. And we also have fat soluble vitamins that cannot be stored any other way. So we do need some body fat, but what we don't need is that extra adipose tissue. And the fat burns no calories at rest. So can somebody, I don't have this on the slide, but we find actually in pulmonary rehab more, we have people that are their ideal body weight, but they still have too much body fat. So that doesn't necessarily mean that person is fit just because their body weight on the scale is their ideal body weight. We screen actually more for muscle wasting in our pulmonary patients because they're a lot weaker. So we do measure their body fat. We here at our rehab, we use the bioimpedance, which is not as accurate as underwater weighing, which is done most of the time in research laboratories. I know as an exercise physiologist, we all had to be underwater weighed, and that was just so embarrassing. Because it was in front of the whole class. So we had to be the guinea pigs, but and it's not very fun either. So anyway, underwater weighing is not really an accessible way to do it now for most people. We can do skin fold calipers here, but we have found that using that, it varied so much from one person to another that the most consistent way to do it was the bioimpedance. So what that is it just sends a little electrical current through your body, and anything that is not solid like bone or muscle or organ, it counts as fat. It's not the most accurate, but what it can do is show change. The other thing was we tell our patients to eat and drink the same amount. If you drink a lot of water before you have the bioimpedance, and some scales that you buy in the drugstore now, you can step on them and they'll tell you your body fat. That's bioimpedance. And there's also little hand grips that you can get. That's bioimpedance. And again, some people freak out because it has them really high. And again, it's not necessarily really accurate, but it can show change. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Now body composition is hard to change. Like we have 3 months of cardiac rehab, pulmonary rehab here. We don't see a whole lot of change. We're happy with just a 1 or 2% change. That's huge. You've spent your whole life by the time we get them, either being a couch potato or very unfit. So they're not going to show a whole lot of change. They will build more muscle than they will lose body fat. Though. So, and that's what we really want to keep people independent. So we really want to preserve that muscle mass. So raising your metabolism is the key to weight management. Like a lot of people can lose weight really quick, but this is what's going to keep it off and keep you your metabolism from going down with the signs of aging. Formal exercise, aerobic exercise is a great way to boost your metabolism temporarily. You do burn a lot of calories during your exercise bout, but also after. So there's something called the post burn. So even after a couple of hours after exercise, your metabolic rate will be higher than it was before you exercise. So you burn calories during exercise and you burn calories after. Now, the amount of calories is going to vary from individual to individual, and it's specifically on the duration and intensity. Of course, the harder you exercise, the more calories you're going to burn in less time, but safety is always key. Again, we don't want to start somebody else doing HIIT training if they're a cardiac patient. So we have to dose. Exercise is medicine. We have to dose it appropriately to meet the individual's needs. So intensity and duration, but approximately, just to give you an idea, 1 mile is approximately 100 calories for a person that weighs 150 pounds. So most of the time, if you want to, most exercise pieces of equipment, you can put in your body weight and it will calculate in your age, and it will calculate the amount of calories that you burn. Aerobic exercise, and now let me just reemphasize, aerobic exercise is what we're going to be doing today. Walking, any type of like running, swimming, anything that gets your heart rate up and keeps it up for at least 20 to 30 minutes is considered aerobic. And so after 20 minutes, your body does tap into the fat stores for energy. Before 20 minutes, you're usually using glucose or muscle glycogen or liver glycogen for quick energy burst. So you can, they say burn the fat. So anyway, after 20 minutes. So you can change your body composition by doing this. And resistance training, weight training is the most underutilized component that people that start a weight loss program miss. I know I have worked with a lot of bariatric patients that have had the bariatric surgery, and their physician has told them to do resistance training because they want them to, as they're losing all this weight quickly, they really need to preserve their muscle mass. So resistance training, weight training, adding 1 pound of muscle increases your metabolism between 50 to 100 calories per day. So that's, even at rest. So I cannot emphasize enough, especially if you're like over 40, you really need to add this consistently. And resistance training is like free weights or TheraBands, even body weight is considered resistance training. Push-ups, wall push-ups, and of course the machines that they have in the gym is considered resistance training. So I love this illustration. It has a person that is the same height and same weight, but you can see they're not in the same health or in the same fitness level. So, muscle, it is more dense. So you'll see on the picture on the right, the muscle is much smaller than the pound of fat. So the thing that we see the best in our program is people actually lose inches. Versus a lot of weight. Now, sometimes we see both, but we definitely, almost everybody gets smaller. So that's a good thing. If you stick to it, you can change your, your girth anyway. So exercise also improves sleep and reduces stress. I think Jackie was talking about sleep earlier. Lack of sleep therefore can lower your metabolism. It lowers your leptin hormone, which is a hormone that makes you feel full and satisfied. Lack of sleep increases your ghrelin. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Hormone, which is just a hunger hormone, increases your cortisol and causes weight gain. So exercise improves it and it reduces stress. So even though this is an indirect way, exercise can help with weight management and why it's so important. I know, a lot of nurses that work night shift, they gain weight and they blame it on night shift. Well, there's some research to support if they're not sleeping during the day, that's can cause that. So here's some tips. If you feel like your metabolism has dropped, of course, you can always get checked. Sometimes people do have thyroid issues, but most of the time it is that they've lost muscle mass. But it doesn't hurt to always get evaluated by a physician if you feel like you have a slow metabolism. But eating small, frequent meals instead of large ones helps boost the metabolism. It also lowers the hunger hormones. Avoiding fad diets, which cut your calories below 1,200 or 1,800 for men. Anytime you go below that, you kind of go into the starvation mode. In near fasting diets, 50% of the weight loss is lean muscle mass, not fat. So a lot of our patients that come to us after having heart surgery, they lose maybe 10 to 15 pounds during their surgery, but it is not fat, it is muscle. They're very weak. And most of the time they gain that weight as soon as they start eating normal, they gain it back. And if they're not careful, they will gain, it not in muscle. So that's why it's so important for those heart patients to get back, or any kind of surgery patient to get moving. Lean body mass loss is never desired, though. It's just setting you up to be, dependent. And, we want to keep everybody's muscles and organs strong. That's more important than whenever you hit a certain age, you definitely don't want to lose that muscle. So here's some call to actions, some things that can help you. Physical activity is different than formal exercise. So that is just being active in your daily life. And guess what? What your daily routine can impact, if you can just change your daily routine to tip that energy balance equation to where you're actually burning more calories. Just by being more active. So here's some things. Can you park further away from the store? Can you take the stairs instead of the elevator? Can you do your own housework? Can you do your own yard work? Now, some people are not able to because of disabilities, but as much as you can, if you can do some of those things and get in a habit of doing it, it's just like if you get in a habit of eating a cup of ice cream every night, maybe it's only 200 calories, but over time, it adds up. So if you can do the reverse with exercise, that can also, affect the energy balance equation. And of course, add some formal exercise if you're not doing it. And one thing that I like to do here is use my breaks to be active instead of go sit in the break room. So the other two exercises I want to talk about, because a lot of people underestimate their importance in weight management, is yoga and deep breathing. The reason is because of those stress hormones. Yoga is a great way also to improve your lean muscle mass. There's a lot of body weight exercises that people do with yoga. It improves other things too, like balance, coordination, all those things that we all need. But it helps with stress management and lowering that cortisol level. So deep breathing is just simply learning how to, de-stress your body by breathing in slow and exhaling slow, just to decrease the stress levels. So now let's test your knowledge. Okay, true or false? I don't have any prizes, but The energy balance equation is the thought that if you eat more calories than you burn, you will gain weight. Is that true or false?
True.
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 You got it. True, true. Okay. Muscle and fat tissue burn the same amount of calories at rest.
False.
False? False?
False.
Yes. Good, good. Okay. Resistance training does not raise your resting metabolism. True or false?
Oh.
That's doing the weights or some body weight exercises. Will that raise your resting metabolism?
True.
True. That's true. Okay, this one's kind of disheartening, but anyway, if you exercise 30 minutes for 3 days a week and you really want to lose weight, is that enough if you don't change your diet?
No. False.
I say yes.
Okay, that one, if you're looking for weight management, that one is false. That will make your heart healthier and make it stronger. Your heart and lungs will love you for it. But 30 minutes, and most people can't walk a mile in 30 minutes. That's only 100 calories. That would only be 300 calories for the whole week. And you have to have a 3,500 calorie deficit for weight loss. So a lot of our cardiac rehab patients, because they come here for 3 days a week, they think, oh, I don't have to worry about my diet, which is not the case especially since they can't burn a lot of calories to start with. So you really need to monitor your diet and your increase your exercise to lose weight. Any questions? Okay, well, that concludes my talk. I'm sorry. Tracy was going to talk about the intake part because it's not, now they look at more than just the number of calories. They look at the type of foods you eat and how it breaks down. And there's a lot of fad diets. There's a lot of diets out there. Of course, all of our patients have to go through a registered dietitian because, and I personally don't promote any certain diet because of their labs. I mean, you can put somebody in renal failure if you tell them the wrong diet to take or to eat. So I do refer people to a dietitian, and I just promote the general guidelines for like what diabetics eat, eating, not eating just one food type, but a variety of foods. And anyway, so I'm sorry you didn't get to hear her talk, but maybe we can get it working for next time.
We actually could probably share that on our website when we do our virtual health fair. So
okay, great.
Okay, great. And we've got Jackie. Are you ready to do some stretching exercises? We're just about ready for. Where did she go?
I'm here.
There you are. Okay, I was looking for the name Jackie.
I'm the other COA person.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad everybody's here. So before we actually do some stretching, let's just walk in place a little bit. You can do it seated or you can do it standing. If you're a fall risk, do it seated. You always want to warm up. You want to get the blood flowing before you stretch. So we're going to move a little bit. Lately, I'm just going to talk about the weather a little bit to pass the time. We've had a little bit of wet, rainy weather, so it's not as fun to be outside. So what are some of the things that we can do instead of being outside and it's wet and rainy? What could we do inside to be able to get some movement going? Anybody got any ideas?
You can walk.
We can walk. You can make a little path in your house and you can walk through your house, you can walk through your apartment. You could just stand and walk in place, maybe if you're watching TV, when a commercial comes on, get up and walk. If you have that, if you record your TV or something and you zip through the commercials, maybe you need to have those TV breaks so that it reminds you to get up and walk and move. You can do the other things like Liz teaches a chair yoga class and Debbie was mentioning yoga. You can practice your breathing during those times. You can breathe in. Liz does a great training where you breathe in one nostril by covering by covering your nose with one nostril, or your thumb one nostril, and then the ring finger covers the other. So you inhale in one and exhale out the other. So just learn some techniques that you can use to get moving, okay? You can practice just tummy tighteners. Just take and pull your belly in towards your spine and tighten that in and hold it for the count of 5, and do that during commercials. You can do Kegel exercises. Do all those different things, but we want to make sure before we go on a long walk, we warm up just a little bit, and then we can start stretching. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with stretching. We're going to start the first one with a straight leg stretch, and I'm going to assume that the people that are on can do this standing. So we're just going to do a standing leg stretch. Have a chair that you're standing up next to, and what you're going to do is you're going to place your feet shoulder width apart, and you're facing the chair, and then go ahead and bring one foot back, and your feet are still shoulder width apart, and that's important for balance purposes. That way it gives you a nice, so you're not going to fall over. Look at that back foot. Make sure that back foot, that the heel does not turn in. And what you're going to do is you're going to bend the front knee just a little bit. Do not have the knee go in front of the toes. Your spine is straight. So imagine somebody pulling on your head that's making your spine straight, and you're pressing that back heel back. Where you're trying to feel the stretch is in that back calf. Okay. So if you're not feeling that, you may need to move your foot back a little bit farther and lean into that front chair. And we're going to tuck our tailbone underneath. It's what I call bad dog. So imagine a dog that gets in trouble and tucks his tail underneath his hips. And we're gonna hold this for about 30 seconds. So if we do this for about 4 or 5 breaths, that should get us to 30 seconds. So go ahead and take a nice big deep breath in and exhale out. Go at your own pace. Continue to press with the back leg. Continue to tuck the tailbone. You want to feel the stretch in the back calf and in the front of the hip here, which is called the hip flexor. Keep breathing. And one more breath. And bring that back foot forward up to the front. First one, I'm going to turn my chair around so I can do it the other way. And now you're going to bring the other foot back. So bring the other foot backwards. Again, make sure both toes and both heels are pointing straight ahead. And you're going to step into the front foot. Again, your feet are shoulder width apart. Push that back heel to the floor so you feel the stretch in the calf. Bend the front knee. Your spine is nice and straight. And we're going to keep breathing here. Keep pressing that back knee down. Make sure you're feeling that stretch in the back heel or the back calf, and tuck that tailbone under so you're getting the stretch in your hip flexor. Oh, it feels wonderful. Let's do another breath. And slowly come back up. All right. So the next thing we're going to do, so we've stretched our calf. Now we're going to stretch our hamstring. I'm going to do this one seated. I had knee replacement surgery in December, so I'm very cautious of how I'm doing things. All right, so you're going to come out toward the front of your chair. I'm going to turn my chair to the side so you can see a little bit better. Okay, so you're going to sit tall and proud to start with. Go ahead and bring the one leg out in front. The other leg you want to make sure is the heel is underneath the knee. Okay, you're going to sit tall and proud, belly is tight. Again, you're going to tuck your tailbone into bad dog. Okay, your toe that's extended, your foot that's extended, make sure your toe is straight up and down. First, pull that toe back toward the nose. Feel that stretch again in the calf. You're going to take your hands, you're going to fold them and put them on the bent thigh. And then you're going to exhale down, and you're going to keep your back straight and lean your chest towards your thighs. And you're going to keep that back nice and straight. And feel that stretch all the way up the back of that straightened leg. And we're going to breathe. So go ahead and start breathing. Hopefully you haven't stopped breathing. Don't like anybody to turn blue. Then keep breathing. And each exhale, feel free to go down a little bit lower if you can, but never bounce, never go to a point of pain. You're going to, you feel it tighten, and then you stop and you hold. One more breath. And slowly press on that thigh and come on back up. We're going to switch to the other foot. So straighten the other leg out. Again, fold the hands, put it on the bent thigh, sit tall and proud. When I say tall and proud, it's ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, tighten the belly, tuck the tailbone into bad dog, pull that toe. The toe is straight up and down, it's not pointed out or in, and then pull it back towards your nose. That's a flex. And then you can press on your hand on your bent thigh and lean forward until you feel a stretch up the back of the leg, which is the hamstring. Keep breathing. With each exhale, try to exhale the tightness that you're feeling. Go a little bit deeper each time if you'd like. You can also do this stretch standing up with your foot on a curb. Just make sure you got good balance. One more breath. And slowly come back up. All right. The next one we're going to do is the hip flexor. We're going to do this one seated as well. I'm going to turn my chair forward so you can see. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by turning to our left. We're going to have our left knee pointed straight ahead. We're going to have our right hip hanging off the chair. And then you're going to start nice and tall and proud, and you're going to bring that right leg back behind you until you feel a stretch in the front of the thigh. Now, the other way you can do it is you can grab your knee, you grab your ankle, and bend your foot on this leg. So this is the one I had the surgery on. I'm just going to pull this leg back. You want to feel the stretch in the front of the thigh. Tuck your tailbone underneath your hips so you feel that stretch in the front of the hip again. And breathe to where you feel the tightness. Again, we're not bouncing, we're just holding. Keep that tailbone tucked. One more breath. Bring that right foot forward. We're going to turn toward the front. Now go ahead and turn toward the right. The right knee is pointed straight ahead. And really to the side. You're perpendicular to your chair. You bring your left leg back. Again, you can just bring it back. Make sure you tuck your tailbone under. Depends on your level of flexibility, or you can bend your knee, grab your ankle, point your knee down. Either way, but continue to tuck your tailbone under. So you're getting the stretch in your hip flexor, and breathe. Keep that tailbone tucked. Keep nice deep breathing. One more breath. Release the leg, come forward. So go ahead and turn toward the front. So the next stretch we're going to do is the IT band. So let's just take, and you can either bring the left leg a little bit forward and you can crisscross your legs and bring them up. You want to feel the stretch on the outside of the leg, or you can bring the leg all the way up. If you bring the leg all the way up and you rest this leg on the knee, make sure that the heel, the leg that you're resting on, that the heel is directly under the knee, so you don't put more pressure on your knee, the knee that you're resting on. Go ahead and take your hand and you can press it between your shin and your elbow on your thigh and lower that knee a little bit. You're thinking tall and proud. When you're ready, you hinge forward. Get a little bit more stretch this way and breathe deeply. Try to breathe into your lower back, the sides of your back, so you're like great big bellows that you're filling up back there. Let's do one more breath. Slowly release and come on back up, sit up straight, unfold your legs. We'll do the other side the same way. Again, you can bring this leg out front and just bring it up this way. or bend the knee. If your knee is bothering you, the closer your thighs are together, the less strain is on the knee. Sit tall and proud, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Sit tall and proud. Press that knee down a little bit more if you want. Again, never to the point of pain. When you're ready, hinge forward, bring your chest to your thighs, and we're going to breathe. This is probably my favorite stretch. Feel that wonderful stretch through your hips, through your IT band. Again, breathe into your lower back, sides of your back. And unfold and come on up. And we're ready for our walk. Nice job, everybody. So we do stretch, we hold the stretches for 30 seconds when we start. We'll hold them for 45 when we're done.
All right, take it away, Daniel.
All right, let's see if I can share my screen here. Okay, do you see it?
Yes.
All right, hey everyone, my name is Daniel Spavi with the Town of Siler City Parks and Recreation Department. Today we have a virtual walk at Washington Avenue Park. So if you'll join me, if you want to stand, or you can even sit in your chair and walk from that as well. So I have a virtual video that I created at Washington Avenue. We have a track that goes around the park. So I've kind of narrated it in the video. But if you have any questions at the end, feel free to let me know. If there's at any point during the walk that you want to stop and take a break, feel free to do so. Just to let you know, the walk today is a half a mile. So we'll be taking 3 laps around the park. So it's a half a mile. It's about 12 minutes long. All right, let's get started.
Hey everybody, my name is Daniel Spivey with Town of Siler City Parks and Recreation Department. Today we are at Washington Avenue Park. It is located at 1305 Washington Avenue. It's a great community park. We're going to show you the ins and the outs of a short tour of the park, as well as some tips of while walking. So without further ado, come and join us. So Washington Avenue Park has a really nice walking track that goes around the park and around the playground. You'll notice that the track 6 laps equal 1 mile. Today we are actually going to do 3 laps, which will equal a half a mile. So as we begin to walk, I just want to remind you, always have a water bottle with you, stay hydrated, as well as if you're walking with a friend or someone and you're unable to 6 feet social distance, make sure you have a mask. And then when you're starting to walk, make sure you kind of start slow while you're starting out, just to get warmed up. Make sure you always are exercising and stretching before you start walking. And then, yeah, we'll show you a little bit about what the park is like. What the track is like. You will also notice that we just came from the parking lot. The track itself is very accessible from the parking lot. It's very accessible, just like we have our walking tracks in Siler City. And this is one of 3 walking tracks that the Parks and Recreation Department oversees and organizes and maintains for the town. So you'll see as we're approaching this part of the track is made out of what we call screen. It's very, 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 very small, fine gravel, which makes it very easy for strollers, for wheelchairs, and it's very, very accessible. Yeah, we'll keep on walking. Hit them up, keep doing it, keep walking. This point, one of my favorite parts about Washington Avenue Park is how it feels so much like a community pocket park. Because you notice a lot of kids and families walking from their homes, coming to the amenities that we have here. So it's always really great to see the community that lives here enjoying it, but it's also wonderful to see other people coming in and enjoying the park as well. You'll notice around the park, we have a lot of things like these instructors. They are able to, they're placed there to encourage active living while you are walking around the walking track to keep you motivated. Also, get the break of walking. You can use these sit up, pull up, and all sorts of things. So they are there and available if you'd like to come. So I'll keep going. You'll also notice that there is also an inner track through this. The inner track goes that way. But in order to actually get the full half mile or full mile that you're walking, you want to go the exterior edge route of the park. So keep on and go back around the business center. Doing good. We're coming up on our first mark of our first lap. We've got 2 more laps to go. You're doing really good. Take a break. Grab you some water. Feel free to do so. All right, so we are on our second lap. I want to talk a little bit about the park itself, when it's accessible, and when you can come visit. So basically, the park, like any of our parks, are open 7 days a week from sunrise to sunset. It is a little bit more popular in the afternoon. So maybe a really good time in the morning after the sunrise a little bit, up a little bit, especially during the winter time. Or you may really enjoy coming out in the morning to make sure that you are wearing your walking attire, your specific layers, so you're coming up to walk or run and jog. So I want to talk a little bit about the amenities of the park, because that's a really great part about Washington Avenue. It's not just for walking. There's a lot of opportunities for people to come and recreate in addition to walking. So in addition to our lap that goes around the park, we are right now on the basketball court. It's a full-size basketball court with 2 basketball goals. A lot of freedom, like tonight, to do pickup games. And you'll also notice this is just a kind of a multi-purpose black top. Four square and other things. Also, another great amenity that makes this park very special is in the center of the track. We have the playground structure. A couple of years ago, the playground structure. It's placed in the center of the track, so if you come, maybe you bring children with you, or kids, or grandchildren. While you're at the park, you are able to watch them as they're playing. It's just a great way to walk and watch the kids at the same time. It's a great playground. The kids in the community absolutely love coming and flying and doing it. It's just a great event. Doing good. So we are reaching our end of our second lap. We've got 1 more lap to go. You're doing great. Keep the momentum. Stay motivated. Like I said, if there's any point that you need to rest, you need to sit, or if you need to get a drink water. Please do that, stay hydrated. All right. Lap number 3 of our walk today. I just want to point out we do have some parks to leave here at Washington Avenue Park. Some of those include all the pets, your dogs, your pets must be on a leash at all times while you're in the park, as well as you don't allow glass containers. And then also skateboards or ATVs inside the park properly as well. Also, another thing I want to point out is, especially in this general area, there's a lot of nature, a lot of different trees, a lot of different wildlife. I always like to kind of meditate now and listen to what you hear. So for just a quick second, what I want to do is while you're walking, I'm going to stop talking and I want you to just listen to see what you hear. So, like I said, I always like to do that because I like to hear what's around me, my surroundings. It's kind of also, it's kind of a meditation, a time to breathe while you're walking as well. Some of the things that I heard, and I'm going to see for this, some of the things that I hear is I hear birds, I hear nature, I hear rushing water. We just had a lot of rain, so I can definitely hear that in the street. I can definitely hear the sound of my feet. I can do some constructions and the cars as well. But yeah, that's just a great way to kind of get your mind off things while you're walking and just enjoy your walk. But if walking isn't just for physically, but it's also mentally, it's getting you outside, or even when you're out. So you might be in your bedroom walking or the dining room right now walking. You may be joining us virtually from your office. So walking can happen anywhere, but it's just a great way to kind of get your mind off things. And it's just a great way to kind of pause and regroup. So the last thing that I do want to mention about Washington Avenue Park is our picnic shelter. Our picnic shelter comes with 6 tables. And it's a very popular spot for families to get together. A lot of churches come out to use the picnic shelter. Some people use it for fundraisers. It is not rentable or reservable. It is first come, first serve. But it's just a great hub for the community to come out, and a lot of families come out. We do have some charcoal grills as well, and it's located right next to the playground. But like I said, we are up on our last, finishing up our last lap. We have walked 3 laps, which is a half a mile today. You guys have done fantastic, and I really appreciate you guys joining us. And I appreciate the opportunity to be able to showcase one of our parks and one of our walking tracks in Town City. Our other walking track is located at Bowling Green Park. And we also operate and organize the Love Creek Greenway system. It's located near Gray Park. But like I said, thank you for coming out and joining us today. You did great. Don't forget to kind of do a cool down after you walk. Also stay hydrated, and hope to see you guys maybe out of Washington Avenue or another park hopefully soon. Thanks so much.
All right. Great job.
Yes, it was. And you did that with a drone.
So we were not able to use the drone for this, but hopefully we'll be able to use it maybe for the next one.
Oh, okay. So you had somebody filming you, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Cool. It was a little bit hard to hear with the mask on, but I appreciate
Yeah.
you wearing the mask.
Yeah.
I know. All right, Jackie's gonna do a little cool down, and we've got some information to share.
All right, let's go ahead and let's go back to our straight leg calf stretch. So again, feet shoulder width apart, Bring one foot back away from the chair. Make sure the heels and the toes are both pointed straight front and back. You're going to take and press that back heel down, lean into the front knee, lean into the front leg. Do not let the front knee go in front of the toes. Hold that stretch and let's breathe. We want to hold it for 45 seconds. So let's breathe for 6 nice full breaths here. Nice inhales and exhales. Tighten the belly, tuck the tailbone under as you continue to breathe. Feel the stretch in the calf and the hip and the front of the hip. Two more breaths. Bring that leg forward, then bring the other one back. Again, feet are shoulder width apart. Push that back heel down. Make sure that both the heels and the toe are straight, pointing straight ahead. Push the back heel down, lean into the front leg. Knee is not going in front of the toe. Feel that stretch in that back leg. Tuck the tailbone under so you feel it in the front of the hip. And breathe. I love doing this where I can look out the window and see nature. Nature is such a wonderful thing. Keep breathing. Try to exhale completely. One more breath. And go ahead and bring your back foot forward. I'm going to go ahead and sit to do the next stretch for stretching the hamstring. So let's go ahead and sit toward the front of the chair. Just your buttocks is on the chair, not your thighs. Bring your left leg out in front of you. Sit tall and proud. Both your fingers folded, fingers interlocked, and put over your right leg. Hinge at the hips, bring your chest towards your thighs. Pull that toe back, feel that stretch all the way up the back of that leg and breathe. Try to go down a little bit farther each time if you can with each exhale. Breathe in deeply, try to fill in the sides of the back. Your toe is neutral, it's not pointed out or in, but back towards your nose a little bit if you can. Let's do 2 more breaths. Remember to fill up the back as you do that. Slowly press on that right thigh as you come on back up straight. Switch to the other leg. Bring the left leg in, stretch out the right leg. Sit up tall and proud. Fold the hands, put them on the left thigh. Hinge the hips. Bring the chest toward the thighs. Ooh, I can feel it on this side more. You'll probably notice one side is tighter than another. That's normal. Don't ever go too far. You don't want to go to the point of pain. You go to where you feel it tighten and then you hold. And breathe deeply into those areas. If you'd like, you can reach down with the arm that's on the same side as it's extended and see how close you can get to your toes. Kind of gives you a little bit of guide. See how much progress you're making. Let's do 2 more breaths here. Inhale deeply. And then exhale. 1 more breath. Slowly press on that left thigh and come on back up. All right. The next one we're going to do is the front of the thigh. So go ahead and turn to the left. Your right hip is off the chair. Make sure that that left leg is pointed directly to the side. Bring that right leg back. You want to feel the stretch in the front of that right thigh. Tuck the tailbone under, and you should feel it right in the front of that that right hip as well. And let's hold and breathe. As we age, our muscles get shorter and shorter, so it's more and more important to stretch. Keep breathing. And we need to hold it longer to get the same amount of stretch as you would as if you were younger. Let's do 2 more nice, slow, deep breaths. Release, and bring that back leg forward, turn to the front, then turn all the way to the right. Left leg is off, left hip is off the chair, the right leg is pointed straight ahead. Bring that left leg back. You can bend the leg if you want, grab the ankle and pull it down if you want. Regardless of how you get there, go ahead and tuck the tailbone under and breathe. One more breath. All right, release that leg. Turn toward the front. We're going to go ahead and we're going to crisscross our legs again. Bring that left leg up onto the right knee if you can, or just slide it up the shin as far as you can, whatever you can do. Sit tall and proud, shoulders over hips, ears over shoulders. Press this knee down a little bit if you can, then hinge at the hips, bring the chest toward the thigh to feel a stretch deep in the hip as well as in the IT band, which runs down the outside of the leg. And breathe. Again, never to the point of pain. Just enjoy the fact that you're stretching and you're using your body. You did a great walk today. Try to find different times during the day that you can do a little bit more movement breaks. The more we move, the better we are. See if you can put in some resistance training in, even if you're lifting a few cans of canned goods or water bottles. Let's do 2 more nice big deep breaths here. One more breath. Come on back up. Unfold the legs. Bring the other leg up if you can. Remember to sit tall and proud. Never force anything. Never to the point of pain. Tall and proud. Hinge at the hips. Bring the chest toward the thigh. The back remains straight. That's why I say bring the chest to the thighs. I'm not bringing my shoulders because I want to keep my back straight. That gets you a better stretch in general. And breathe. You want to feel this on the outside of the leg as well as in the hip area. One more breath. Slowly come back up. Nice job, everybody. Liz, back to you.
All right. We have had a great time today. Debbie did an awesome job of telling us the things that we need to do. It was very informative, and I love the walk and the stretching always feels great. So thank you so much. next month, we're going to be doing our health fair. So we're going to be doing a virtual health fair. And what'll happen is we're going to be doing a presentation at this time slot, at the 11:15 time slot. Then we're also going to have a website that has a lot of different information about all kinds of things. So we're looking at vaccinations. The kind of the themes of the health fair will be vaccinations, being active, healthy eating, safety, and the last one is on screening. So we have we're working in conjunction with the UNC School of Nursing, and we're so thrilled to have students working with us, and they've been doing an awesome job. And so we have Young Chu today that's going to tell us a little bit about the session that'll take place on Tuesday at this at the Striders.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me. I definitely got a quick stretch in during my study break, so thank you for allowing me to take part in that. My name is Jung. I'm a student nurse at UNC Chapel Hill, and I appreciate the Council of Aging inviting me and allowing me to receive some of your time and introduce the portion that I'm responsible for next month's health fair. So with that being said, I'm here to introduce and announce that the health fair coming up. And for me, my portion, I will be talking about the importance of being active and exercising with everyone who has the opportunity and the time to attend next month. We're going to talk about some evidence of why moving and exercising is so important, not just for certain individuals here and there, but for everyone. Different ways of moving and exercising, and how inclusive that is for everyone in any age range, and introducing some programs at your disposal that you have that you may or may not know about. One of them being the Strider Club that we got to participate in together just now. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing you all there. I'll be taking part in the fair, introducing activities. It'll be a lot of fun, and just hope everyone has a chair and just a motivating attitude to partake and encourage one another. So yeah, I'll be seeing you March 9th. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Let me unmute myself. My dog's going in the background, and so my daughter's leaving for work too, so it's a little noisy here. Anyways, thank you so much for everybody today.
Thank you.
And we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.